Welcome to On Fighting in Thailand, the best news and analysis covering the economics and infrastructure of Muay Thai. I'm Matt Lucas, journalist, commentator, and ex-Muay Thai fighter. Make stronger fighters, make stronger people. Today we will be talking to Omar Halaby as part of our series on Muay Thai Graham-sponsored athletes. This will be the last in the series, and we will wrap up the year in the next episode and start Season 3 in early January. As always, if you'd like to reach me, you can follow me on Instagram, Matt Lucas Muay Thai, or email me at a.matt.lucas@gmail.com. Thanks to everyone that has supported the podcast so far, sharing reviews, leaving reviews, sharing the podcast. If you'd like to leave a review, that would be super helpful. You can do so on the iTunes store. I want to thank a few people: Vinny Scotto, Patrick Rivera, Dave Brooks, Sean Madden, Waddell Galano, and Chris Tran for helping me get going with my camera earlier this year. I was able to take some great photos the other night at Road to One at World CM Stadium. That stadium has excellent lighting. Road to One is a development show that is still in its pilot stages. It's for one championship. The stadium is over in the mall in Bang Kapi area of Bangkok. I also went to Lumpinee Stadium last night for the 64th anniversary of the stadium. There were some great fights on there, including Kulabdam taking on Shadow. Kulabdam won by knockout. It was a great bout. Also, Tononchai Fairtex took on Sirakon PK Sanchai. That was a good close bout as well. So really appreciate those guys for helping me out. Also, after years of hard work, studying, and being in the game, I published a book. It is almost a year old now. It is On Fighting in Thailand, a guide to the sport in the motherland. It is available on Amazon. It has a series of interviews with long-term expat fighters, including Michael Savas, Willie Whipple, Lisa Brealey, and others. It helps educate and guide careers by helping people understand the game. Thanks to my sponsors, Muay Legends, for their continued support of the show. They create some great Muay Thai apparel with portions of the proceeds going back to the legends they celebrate. All the superstars have been paid for their images as well. You can check out their gear at www.nakmoylegends.com. Thanks as always to Patrick Rivera for helping me get the show started. I really appreciate his support. So this interview is about Omar Halaby, one of the Muay Thai Graham-sponsored athletes. I first came across Omar when he was at Petsaman. He was fighting somewhat regularly at Max, and so I definitely noticed him. A lot of the foreigners, they'll only fight once or twice. Omar fought a bunch of times. And then when he was thinking about moving gyms, he contacted me. So we've done some really cool things so far. We've gone to Lumpinee together, Rajadamnern, and really seen him grow. He's very, very hardworking, and I'm really happy to have helped him with his career so far and being a part of it. So without further ado, the interview with Omar Halaby. Thank you, Omar, for coming on the show today. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Good. So you've been doing Muay Thai for quite some time now. How old are you? You're 22?
I'm 22 now, yeah.
And how did you actually get started?
At first I started with Taekwondo. Maybe in summer school I used to do Taekwondo. But later my father used to do Karate. In the same gym he used to do Karate at was training Muay Thai. So he put me and my brothers into Muay Thai classes, and I liked it.
How far along did you get in Taekwondo?
Not much. I don't even remember the Taekwondo days. I was so young. Yeah, it was just for fun.
Yeah. What about your dad? How well or how far along did he get in karate and whatnot?
I don't know exactly because I don't know like the rankings in karate, but he was good. Yeah, but then he got injured and he couldn't do it anymore.
And so when did you start in Muay Thai?
I started Muay Thai, I was around 8 years old.
Oh, pretty young.
Yeah, but in Lebanon, of course, it's not the same.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's more like kickboxing, not too much clinching. Of course, they don't focus on the elbows. It was still new in Lebanon, it's not like now.
Mm-hmm. Has it developed a lot more in Lebanon?
Yeah, it developed more. Sure, it's not at the level of Thailand. It's not very high level, but it's still because Lebanese people come to Thailand. They have training camps, so they learn more.
Have there been a lot of Lebanese fighters out here? I mean, I only know a couple. You, Yasmin, who's in America, and
Yeah,
oh, the guy from Australia.
from Australia, Ibrahim Bousaleh. Yeah, but like Ibrahim, he when he moved to Australia, he came to Thailand, and I think he fought also in Thailand before, but amateur competition. It was World Muay Thai Federation, and the Lebanese people, like every now and then, they send a group of people or a team to the IFMA World Championships.
Yeah. Ibrahim was in IFMA, and I think he did okay. I can't
Yeah, I
remember.
think last year he fought at IFMA, but I can't remember what was the result. But before he had a gold medal in the World Muay Thai Federation, and we fought in Lebanon also.
Oh, did you fought him?
I fought him, yeah, I lost by points. It was my first fight, Class A. He fought before, he won the World Muay Thai Federation before, like he had more experience than me. I was only fighting youth championship. And I fought at the Class A championship, and he defeated me. But it was a good fight.
Yeah, he's pretty tricky. He's
Yeah, he is. He likes kicking left
yeah.
kick.
What are you guys still the same weight?
No, when we fought, it was at 57 kilo. I don't know how he's still the same. I'm not. I
Yeah.
fight now around 60, 59.
Yeah, I think you could do 58 if you want.
Maybe I can do 58, yeah. But maybe not at the stadium if I check weight one day before.
Yeah, for sure. So, how many fights in total did you have in Lebanon, and what was it like fighting out there?
I started at a young age, but you know the championships weren't that big. The amateur championships, like I was 8 years old, we used to fight, but put a head guard, no punching on the face, you know, many rules. But overall, I had around 20 amateur fights in one.
So a little bit.
Yeah, I
Decent
had,
amount.
I have like 3 gold medals in the youth championship. I have 2 silver medals in the Class A championship. Yeah, and later on, I moved to Thailand.
Yeah, let's talk a bit about that. When did you first come out to Thailand?
I came out to Thailand first in 2018. I came before, but just for fun, for a vacation. I trained in Phuket, but I was also on a vacation, so going to the beach. I wasn't so focused on training. But later in 2018, I came to Pet Saman gym, and I was serious about it. I stayed for like 10 months, and I was only fighting.
Yeah, why did you end up choosing Pet Saman?
Yusuf was a friend of Phoenix president Shaheh, Mr. Shaheh. So he introduced me to him. I wanted to move to Thailand, but I didn't know much about living in Thailand and which gym to choose and where to fight. So I talked to Mr. Shaheh. Mr. Shaheh talked to Yusuf, and we worked it out.
So you knew the owner of Phoenix?
Yeah, Phoenix Fighting
And then
Championship.
he recommended Yusuf.
Yeah.
And so you were there for 10 months. How many fights did you have?
In 10 months, I had around 10 every month. I had a fight. Yeah,
It's pretty good.
Yeah. I had less than 10 fights, but because also before I stayed for 10 months, I came for 2 months, and I had 2 fights.
That's okay.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
pretty good.
So in 1 year, around 10 fights.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Because
So
you know injuries. You
Yeah.
you can't always be relaxed and good. No injuries.
I think out here, you know, about 8 to 10 fights is ideal for a year, but 6 or more is like okay.
Yeah,
it's good.
yeah.
How many fights have you had this year so far? 4 or 5?
This
No,
year
4.
with COVID, I've had 3 fights.
3.
Yeah,
So
I'm
probably,
training for my 4th fight.
Yeah, four
Yeah.
fights for the year, which
It's
that's-
not bad.
that's not bad considering.
For this year, yeah.
For this year, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I know some other people have fought more, but you know that's
Yeah, at
4
least.
fights is pretty good.
Yeah,
for
at
this
least
year.
in Thailand, I can't fight.
Yeah,
Some
exactly.
people, they can't fight. Yeah.
So what was training at Petsamon like? What did you like about it? It's out here in Pattaya, and it's a
Yeah.
pretty well-known gym. But yeah, could you talk about it a little?
Yeah, in the beginning it was tough. It was difficult for me because I haven't had any training camp in Thailand, so it was difficult for me. I saw the training as tough. Maybe now I see it easier because I've been here for a long time. But it was good. We focused a lot on sparring. We used to spar a lot, and there was a lot of good trainers, like experienced trainers. They were the trainers of Yusuf and Yasin, and they used to help us too.
Yeah. Some the main trainer for Yusuf, Samat is
Yeah.
very, very good.
Yeah, he's very good, and he's so tricky. And he was a Rajadamnern champion, and he stopped fighting at like 20 years old.
Really?
Yeah, he stopped early, but he was very good.
Yeah.
Even now, if you spar with him, he's really
He's
good.
very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember doing pads with him once, and I was like, oh, I understand where Yusuf gets a lot of his tricks.
Yeah,
and stuff
exactly.
From.
Yeah, and they they spar together, and it's really nice to watch.
Yeah, I think Yusuf doesn't get as much credit as he deserves for. He's actually a pretty technical fighter.
Yeah, he
You
is.
know,
he's tough. He's aggressive,
Yeah.
but he's also technical
Yeah.
because he doesn't only fight at Thai fight or entertainment shows. He has the Rajadamnern belt, the Lumpinee belt, the Omar belt. So
Yeah,
no
he's
foreigner has all these belts. Yeah.
Yeah, it takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of being smart and managing yourself well to get that many belts as
Yeah,
well.
exactly.
So, so you were there for 10 months. Where did you mainly fight, and what were the fights like?
At the beginning, I was only fighting at Max. I started in the weekday shows, the global fight. Then I moved to the weekend shows. Later on, I fought. I had a fight at Lumpinee, but I got an infection, staph infection in my hand. So
I thought
the
that
fight
was
cancelled.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the fight got cancelled. So later on, I had a fight at Rajadamnern Stadium. I was still not 100%. It didn't heal 100%, but I wanted to fight because it has been like 2 months no fights.
Yeah.
So I fought at Rajadamnern. I couldn't punch much, and I lost the fight by points. It was a good fight and good experience for me.
Yeah, what was it like fighting at Rajadamnern? You've been there twice now.
Yeah, I've been there twice. One time I fought a Thai guy who was so technical, and one time I fought Iranian guy. He was also good. I lost both fights, but I learned from them.
What do you think you learned?
I learned that the scoring system is different. Like especially the first fight, it was a bit surprising for me. Like I was landing punches on my opponent, but he was kicking me. I wasn't blocking a lot, so after the fight, I lost the fight by points. And when I watched the video, I saw why I lost the fights.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have blocked more.
And then you were at Petsamon for 10 months. Did you go back home, or did you come to Fairtex after that?
Yeah, after 10 months, I went back home. So it was a long trip for me because it was the first time
Yeah.
staying 10 months here.
10
Yeah.
months is a while for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So I went back home for like 1 month, like not a long time.
Yeah, that's not long at
Yeah,
all.
yeah. And I came back. I came back to Petsamon for a month, and later I came to Fairtex.
And what was it like going home for that month? Was it like, I mean, you'd been abroad for 10 months. That's quite a long time.
It was good seeing my family, seeing my friends again, and also I was training. I didn't stop training for sure. I was training mostly with my brother also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your brother fights as well, or he used to fight?
He used to fight.
He fought Michael Savas a
He
long
fought
time.
Michael Savas
So, yeah.
first professional fight for Savas and first professional fight for my brother.
Yeah.
He wasn't so prepared and he wasn't so experienced, but it was a good one.
Savas has a lot of amateur experience as well.
Yeah. Like also when the promoter told my brother's trainer that he has a fight, he told him it's his first professional fight. So my brother thought, okay, it would be equal. My first professional fight, he's the same. But he had like 100 amateur fights that we didn't know about. But it was a good experience.
Yeah, Savas is quite experienced, especially for a foreigner. A decent amount of foreigners now have a fair amount of experience.
Yeah, but right now I think Savas is like on the top list of foreign fighters.
For sure. So, you decided to move over to Fairtex. What made you make that decision, and what was it like at first coming to Fairtex?
So at first, one of the reasons I didn't want to change from Pattaya, because like I stayed 10 months here and I got used to it. I know everything, so it became like my second home. So I talked to you, I contacted you. I know you from Max Muay Thai Stadium. I contacted you. I knew that you work at Fairtex, so I asked you about more information, the price of training, about sponsorship, and I came here. And of course, one of the reasons is that Fairtex gym is a big gym and a big name.
Yeah.
And I know many fighters from there. I used to watch them.
Yeah, for sure. What do you like about Pattaya? I mean, you've been here for 2 years now.
Yeah, I think like I don't do any activities. I don't go out. I just train, but it's easy. Like you just turn on your motorbike and you just move around. You go massage, wanna go I don't know anywhere. It's just so easy. I don't think it's the same as Bangkok. More traffic, a big city. It's more difficult.
Have you spent a lot of time in Bangkok?
No, I never went to Bangkok except before my fights.
Yeah.
Like I never just went to Bangkok and stayed like for a week.
Yeah, you should do it sometime. You're also a bit different. Like I feel a lot of people don't like Pattaya because they do go out and they sort of get sucked into.
Yeah, but me, I don't go out. so it's the same for me. Pattaya or Bangkok is just the transportation is easier here.
Yeah. Definitely easier, less traffic, and a bit nicer. The roads are bigger and not so congested. And you lived off campus for quite a while. What was your living situation like at first?
Yeah, I was living in the same place I used to live when I was staying at Patsaman. So I used to come every day, every morning, every afternoon to Fairtex. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes. It depends on the traffic and traffic lights. But it's not that far. I used to pay monthly around 6,000 baht, maybe less. It depends on the electricity. And it was good. It wasn't that bad. It was good.
What was the room like? Was it a basic
it had everything. Big bed. It had a TV. It had an AC. So I don't need anything more.
And so you've been at Fairtex for a little over a year now. Where have you fought, and what has that been like?
I continued to fight at Max Muay Thai. I've had 2 fights at Max in the beginning when I moved to Fairtex.
Oh yeah.
Then I wanted to move to the stadium scene, so I fought at Lumpinee. I won the fight. I fought.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, I fought a Chinese. I won by points. I fought again against a Thai. I won by knockout.
Oh yeah, no, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
one.
the first round. And then I wanted to continue on the stadium scene in Bangkok, so we moved to Rajadamnern Stadium, Pachindi show. It was against the Iranian opponent. I lost by points. I started a little bit slow. I could have won for sure, but I started slow.
What was it like fighting at Lumpinee?
Yeah, I liked fighting at Lumpinee even more than Rajadamnern Stadium, because I think like the scoring system is the same, but I think at Lumpinee they like more action. Move forward more, not just go back and land kicks. More moving forward, and I liked it at Lumpinee.
Yeah, that's generally true. encourage a little more like the aggression.
Yeah, not like entertainment shows, but they encourage more
Yeah.
than Rajadamnern Stadium.
Yeah, Rajadamnern seems like the most technical.
Yeah.
Then Lumpinee, then Channel 7.
Yeah, Channel 7.
Channel 7, they definitely like the fighters to fight.
Yeah.
But then it's like the entertainment shows is like the most aggressive.
Yeah, but Channel 7, I wish I could fight there, but it's only for Thais, I think, now, yeah.
I think a long time ago, Juan Martin might have fought there.
Yeah, even Yusuf.
Yeah,
Yusuf fought for the Channel 7 belt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh, did he win, or do you know
I
what
think
happened?
he lost. Yeah, he lost.
Whatever.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
But I think it was because of his shoulder injury.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He has a bad shoulder. So what? So you fought a few stadium fights, and then you fought at Max as well. What is it like fighting at Max regularly?
I like fighting at Max because it's an entertainment show. They like exciting fights, and I like to have an exciting fight.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to move forward. I like more action.
Mm-hmm.
It's here near my room, so I just turn on the motorbike. 10 minutes, I'm at the stadium.
Yeah.
It's easier for me than to go 2 days before the fight to Bangkok and rent a room. You know, it's easier. And the fights also like I'm developing. Like each fight, they give me a better opponent. Like for now, I fought 4 champions, Max Muay Thai champions. So it's a good experience for me.
Yeah, you fought Petnilin was the last one, and then
Pechpataya was the last one.
yeah, but before that was
Petnilin.
Yeah.
And I fought also Hinchai.
Oh yeah,
Sansuk.
was it Hinchai the one that was bigger at 61 kilos?
No, at 61 he wasn't the champion. It was, I forgot, Kaukarat.
Oh yeah,
Kaukarat. Yeah.
That was pretty good though. He
It
was
was a
a
good
lot
fight.
bigger than you.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, and also 1 month after our fight, he was fighting at 64 kilos. Yeah, so I think he cut a lot of weight when he fought me.
And was it at 64 kilos at max?
Yeah.
So it's the day before weigh-ins too.
Yeah, so
he's
he
like
was big. Yeah.
So
and
that's
I
like
don't think about myself like I'm small, but he was big.
Yeah.
I felt his power.
What is sort of the difference between, say, fighting some of the champion or higher level guys at max and fighting the normal guys?
It depends. It's not always the same. Like maybe you fight a champion, and the next fight you fight someone who's not a champion, but he fought in the tournament and he lost. But like I fought Montien Sitmonchai, he's not a champion, but he was a good opponent.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he was better than Hinchai, who was a champion. So it doesn't matter, champion or not.
And what did you think about your fight with Petnilin Saitian Muay Thai?
Yeah, I was already excited for this fight because I watched him. Like I was on YouTube. I put his name. All his fights super bonus. He got cut. He cut his opponent. He knocked him out. So I was excited because he likes fighting. You know, he's tough. So I was excited for the fight, and I prepared well for him, and I won by knockout in the 3rd round. After 2 rounds of good action. Yeah.
What do you do for preparation for your fights? How has it changed over time?
The preparation is the same morning training and afternoon training, but I always add some things because I adapt for the things that I used to do before. Like I used to do 5 rounds on pads, now I do 8 because 5 rounds becomes easy. I do more bag work. I clinch every morning, every afternoon, 20 minutes. Sometimes we do sparring. It depends on who's preparing for fights and who's free for sparring. And I lift weights after the Muay Thai training.
Yeah.
Just to gain some strength.
You do a lot of box sparring. Do you like that? It's 2 days a week here at Fairtex.
Yeah, I like it because especially on the entertainment shows, you need good boxing because it's always close distance, so you need good boxing. And I like it because I'm sparring with people like Semapech, with Ferrari, with Tong, who are very good fighters and have good boxing. So I learn a lot from them.
Yeah, what are some of the things you've learned, or what are the ways that you've improved your boxing?
I forgot to mention also the trainer Andreas. So we have a boxing
Oh,
trainer
yeah,
at the gym, yeah. So he helped me a lot also. He likes me to use more combination, not just power punches. So he always reminds me to throw a long combination in sparring and in fight.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's good advice, especially for you.
Yeah.
Do you think you're able to land more combinations now?
Yeah, I feel much better. Yeah.
Because a lot of times the Thai guys, like, they just do power.
Exactly.
Power
Yeah,
punches.
like strong left hook or strong right punch, but if you just move a little bit, it doesn't land.
Yeah.
So that's why I throw more than one punch.
And what is it like sparring with some of the guys like Samapet or Ferrari or Tong?
Yeah, I like also not boxing sparring with them. I like Muay Thai sparring with them because they are stadium fighters and champions. Like Samapet is a Chan 7 champion. Ferrari is a good fighter.
Yeah, he's very good.
Yeah, and
Is
Chan
he-
7 champion also.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I like Muay Thai sparring with them. So I see how they move around, how they block, everything.
Have you sparred that much with Tononchai?
Yeah, I just moved to Vertex a month ago. Yeah, I did couple sparring with him. I like his style because he is a power puncher also. He likes boxing. I sparred with him. Yeah, it was good.
Are you guys the same weight? He's a little bigger, right?
He's a little bigger. Yeah.
Yeah. And you clinch a lot as well. Do you feel like when you came to Thailand, you knew a lot about clinching, or what
Not
was?
at all. No,
Yeah, not at all.
No. It's different. Like if I look when I first came to Thailand, how I was and how I am now, it's much different. Like, okay, I was using my strength in my arms, but I didn't know what to do. When to knee, how to knee, where to land the knee, how to sweep. So now it's different. Now I do 20 minutes. I know what I'm doing inside the clinch.
Did you learn a lot from Petsaman and then Fairtex, or what was it just a general gradual progression, or what was that like?
Yeah, I learned a lot from Pet Saman because it was my first experience in Thailand. The trainers were Thai, but the fighters were all Moroccan or from France. But the Thai trainers helped us a lot. And I spent 10 months, so of course I learned a lot there. And when I came to Vertex, the thing that changed is that I was clinching with Thais. I was sparring with Thais, so I was still developing more and more.
How is that different from working with foreigners?
It's different because the Thais are fighting at the stadium, so they know what they are doing. They know how to clinch. They know the rules, the scoring system. With foreigners, like, okay, it's a good sparring, tough sparring, but like you land the kick, he doesn't block. You know, so you don't learn a lot from them. It's different with the Thais.
Yeah. So talk a little bit. I know this year has been a bit slow for you because of COVID, but in general, how often are you fighting? What is sort of your fight process like?
I fight every 4 to 5 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. It depends. Like now, I finished my fight at Max with Pech Pataya. I already had a fight at Rangsit Stadium on the 27th. But in addition to that, I got cut in the fight and they took a break for 1 week. After I came back to training, I had a motorbike accident. It was a small one, but I had some wounds, so I couldn't train for a couple of days. So I preferred not fighting because I only had 2 weeks to train for the fight. But usually it's 4 to 5 weeks.
Yeah. Do you like that? And would you want to fight more often or less often, or?
I'm like always ready to fight, but I like to concentrate on each fight. Like, okay, I fight maybe next week. I know I can fight 1 week later, but no, I prefer take my time, rest my body, and then come back to training, have a 3-4 weeks tough training and fight.
How long in general does it take for you to heal from your injuries from a fight?
The cuts usually take a week if you get cut, But usually, like the chins, the all the pain you feel in your body, it takes around a week. But actually, I feel most pain the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Then later, I feel better,
Mm-hmm.
and especially when I drink that Thai drink.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You drink it?
Yeah, I do. It's so disgusting, but it helps.
I didn't know you drank that
Yeah,
stuff.
every fight.
Really?
Fight,
Who did you start doing that because of the Petsamon guys?
yeah. The Thai trainers, they always told me. I didn't understand at first what they meant, but later I understood.
For people, I forget what it's called, but it's like this black liquid
Yeah,
that you drink and it basically makes you shit.
yeah. It's like it detoxes your body.
Yeah, it
it's
detoxes
good.
your
Yeah,
body.
you feel good after that. Like you come back to training, you feel good.
I always make fun of Henry Lee for having to drink it all the time. I didn't know you did it too.
Yeah, I do every fight.
Does the trainers here tell you to drink it?
They ask me if I did. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. None always ask me.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about your trainer Noon. What is he like? What do you like about working with him? Because you've been working with him for over a year.
Yeah, it was when I first came to Fetix. I only worked with him.
Mm-hmm.
So I first started with him, and our styles were different. But I learned from him a lot, and I got used to working with him, and I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he also he knew my style, and he worked with that. He knows that I don't like to do slow rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Just go, pressure.
Mm-hmm. He is a late golden era fighter. He fought Bukau and beat him, and
Yeah, he fought one Sunny Sitmoncha. He knocked him out also.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I don't actually think he got like super famous, but whenever we go to the stadiums,
everyone knows him.
everyone knows
Yeah.
him. So, and I was lucky enough about a year and a half ago, I got to see him fight out in Rayong.
Yeah, I never saw him.
Yeah, it was really good. He fought a much younger guy. He was like Noon is 40 something,
Yeah,
and he fought like a 25-year-old.
yeah. Did you win?
He won.
Oh.
He won. He got cut.
Yeah.
And, it was a pretty substantial cut. He had this scar on his forehead for 8 or 9 months. It was
Yeah.
bright pink because, he's old.
Mm.
And he just moved around a lot and then would pick him out with his
Yeah,
body
that's what
kicks.
he's good at. Like I never saw him fight, but when I spar with him, it's so hard to spar
Yeah.
with him.
He's-
He's so good.
Got excellent timing.
Yeah.
So, let's talk a little bit about your finances and stuff. How much money do you spend? How much money do you earn?
So I had to pay for training
Mm-hmm.
before I got sponsored by Fairtex.
Mm.
I had to pay for training, which is 7,000 baht.
When you
it-
first came in, it was
It's 12,000
12. Yeah,
normally
and
for
then it
1 month. Yeah.
got dropped down gradually over
Yeah.
time.
Exactly, because I stayed here for a long
Yeah.
time. I used to pay for room around 6,000 baht.
Mm-hmm.
And
What about food and?
food and everything doesn't cost much, like not more than 10,000 baht.
And then you don't really ever go out and do anything fun.
No, I don't. I used to. I
Yeah.
used to in my first year here. I used to, but later I preferred not to.
Why did you go out more at first, or what was that like?
Because of the guys at the gym,
Mm-hmm.
they were foreigners, so
Mm-hmm.
they wanted to go out.
Yeah.
So I went out, but only after fights,
Never.
never in training camp.
Mm-hmm.
But now when I moved to Fairtex, they are all Thais, and they don't go out also, so I
Yeah.
don't.
Most of the time, the Thai guys, if they go out drinking, they just drink around the room and they don't get super wasted,
Yeah, exactly.
and then they just go to bed.
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah.
But I don't even do this.
So, and you went home earlier this year. What is it like? Because you basically live in Thailand now. What
Yeah.
is it like going home? Do you feel different at all?
Yeah, I feel different. Do you mean at the Muay Thai level or?
Both.
Yeah, Muay Thai level for sure it's different.
Mm-hmm.
But other things, like when I go every time, I feel the time I spent in Thailand was so fast. Like first time it was 10 months. I went back to Lebanon like last week I was in Lebanon. You know, it always feels like this. But now it's been also around 10 months, and I'm not going anytime soon because of COVID.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it will feel like.
Whenever I would go home after being out here, it always felt like I'd been out here for a long time.
Yeah.
Like so long.
Oh, me the opposite.
And then I come home and it's like I just felt like everything was so different.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, there's no Thai people. Oh, the food is different.
Yeah.
Everything felt like strange again.
Yeah. I felt it the first time, but later I went 2 times. It felt normal.
Yeah.
It was okay.
And then what about when you go home in terms of like your Muay Thai level and where you're at compared to, you know, most people in Lebanon?
Yeah, you feel much different. Like here, okay, you are sparring with Thais. Sometimes you get beat up. You don't feel good. You don't feel that you are at a good level. But when you go back home, you just like you're at a higher level.
Yeah.
Yeah, because also they're not training much. They're not training as much as I do. They don't train every day, and the experience also is different.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember going home. I mean, out here, I'm sort of like, I'm okay.
Yeah,
But when I go back to America,
you feel
I'm
great.
like, wow,
Yeah,
I'm so good. I'm so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, anyone back or anyone out here would be like, oh, you're okay.
Yeah.
But you go home.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
It's like,
Exactly. Yeah.
You're amazing.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, no, I'm not really that amazing.
Yeah, because maybe you're not highly experienced, but when you go there, you have more experience than everyone.
Yeah. So what do you do with your free time?
I have nothing to do.
The most exciting man in the world. Omar Halaby.
I watch some Netflix. Yeah, and usually my free time is in between training. So I eat, watch some Netflix, then sleep, wake up, train, do the same. But after fights, I just eat more. I eat more and no training for a couple of days. Yeah.
So who are some of the fighters that you like and that have inspired you?
I don't have like favorite fighters, but there are fighters that I watch a lot. Like Rotang, I like to watch him a lot because he's exciting. He's an exciting fighter. Yotsenklai. Some old legends. Samat.
Payakaran.
Yeah, I like him. I like also Lakin. Lakin, if you know him, he's a Muay mat. He's so tough. He's good.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know if he was so famous, but I like him.
And you actually got a chance to spar and work with Ratang for a while. What was that like?
Yeah, when he came to Vertex, he came to Vertex for like 2 months,
2 months,
during COVID. I clinched with him and I sparred with him. It was good. He's so strong.
What was clinching with him like?
It was good. He's like, I don't know, some people, I think they think Rotang is not good at clinching, but he's so good. He's so technical also. He doesn't just use his power, he's technical. Like he can sweep you easily.
And then was it similar when you sparred with him as well? Was he mainly just strong or he was more technical?
No,
than what
it
you thought?
was more technical because it was sparring. Yeah, so it was a good experience for me.
And what are some of the hard things about being out here that people don't know about?
Well, you stay alone, like the whole time you are alone. But me, I don't have a problem with it. You stay away from your family, and you're just training every day. Like even when you get injured, what can you do? You just don't train and stay in your room. So that's what's difficult about. And I felt it after my last fight because I got cut. I couldn't train for a week, so I stayed in my room. I was so bored. I just wanted to train. get back to training.
And what is something that you've learned being out here that you didn't think you would learn?
Some of the things, one of the things is that I do everything, paperwork for the immigration, go do this for the immigration. Like I'm responsible about all of this. No one can help me, so I took responsibility about this, and I'm learning about more.
Yeah.
Not just doing everything alone.
Yeah, I think that's actually really good advice or a good lesson to learn as well.
Because in Lebanon, when I used to, if I want something, I have some help of my father, of my mother. They know more about these things, but here I should do them alone.
Yeah, and also I think it's a valuable lesson to learn that you need to take care of your own visa.
Yeah, exactly.
And a lot of people get into trouble because they don't take care of it.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, it's not easy to do it because for the visa they ask a lot. You have to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
But you should do it.
Yeah, especially if you want to stay out here.
Yeah, or you get kicked out.
Yeah. And just wrapping things up, is there... actually, we should talk a little bit about Muay Thai Gram. So you're sponsored by Muay Thai Gram now. What is that like for you? What do you like and dislike about it?
Yeah, a couple of months ago, I got sponsored by Muay Thai Gram. I already followed the page before, and I knew about it. It's a good page. It helps me with sharing my news, my videos, my training videos. So it's a good thing because I never take video of myself
you're
while
pretty
I'm
bad
training.
about it.
Yeah, I'm just so focused on training. I never ask anyone to take a video for me. So now I have more training videos. The fights, highlight of the fights, they can share it. They have a good page and a lot of followers, so it helps.
And just wrapping things up, is there anything that you wanted to talk about that we didn't talk about?
All's good, all's good.
Okay, thank you so much, Omar.
Thank you.
So that concludes the interview with Omar. I thought it was a really great look at his past and basically his background. There's not a lot of fighters from Lebanon out there, so it's really cool to hear from him. I know there's a few other people, Ibrahim out in Sydney or out in Australia. He is in Sydney. He's at Andrew Parnham's gym. And then Yasmin, who is Lebanese American, out of San Diego's boxing club. Then a few others that I don't necessarily know off the top of my head. But obviously Omar doing some great things for his country and the sport. So really appreciate him. So next episode will be a wrap up for the year, just a review of some of the things I've learned from doing the podcast in 2020. Then next year we will start off very strong. I plan on doing a series on Nak Muay Ying, hopefully having Smilla Sundell on and a few others. And then the following series will be on Muay Thai in Australia. Then we will look at future themes and episodes in the future. I think I might do one on business as well. This has been On Fighting in Thailand, the best news and analysis covering the economics and infrastructure of Muay Thai. I'm Matt Lucas, journalist, commentator, and ex-Muay Thai fighter. Make stronger fighters, make stronger people.